Hi friends, you're welcome to today's tutorial. If today is your first time of coming across Infinity's gallery, thank you so much for being a part of today's tutorial. Just hit on that subscribe button, okay? Like and share the videos. Also hit on that bell beside the subscribe button. Thank you so much. And also, if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming in once again. You guys have always been so supportive. I really appreciate you all. Thank you. So today we'll be working with this beautiful Ankara fabric. Yeah, see how it is, so beautiful. So we'll use it to make our kaftan gown with a slit by the side and also a short sleeve. So I'm going to fold this fabric. It's going to have a zip at the back. It's not going to be all that a free gown. Yes, that's why it's supposed to be a zip. So it's going to have a zip at the back. So I'm going to fold this and show us how it is being done. So here is our fabric. The full length of my client is 60 inches. 58 inches the actual fabric length, while 2 inches is for folding. So because the width, this is the width of the Ankara, is just 45 inches. So I'm going to fold it in the other way around, just this way. So I'm going to open it up now. I'll open it up like so. And here is the right side, while here is the wrong side. I'll fold it this way. So right now our fabric has been folded like so. We have the front and we have the back. The back, we also have a zip allowance for the back. And for the zip allowance, I went ahead and measured out 1.5 inches for the zip allowance, all the way down to the 60 inches in length. So now we'll start taking our vertical measurements. So starting from the starting point, this is our starting point. I will mark down the shoulder measurement. The shoulder measurement of my client is 16 inches. 16 divided by 2, we have 8 inches. I will go ahead and add half inches. This is for joining to the sleeve. I mark down 8 inches. So starting from that 8 inches, I came down 1 inch for the shoulder slope. So right now for the width of our neck line. So we'll be taking 4 inches wideness, while the depth for the back is just 1 inch. For the back is 1 inch, while for the front we are making use of V-shaped neckline. So starting from, we'll come down 7.5 inches. At that point, 7.5. Half inch will be for joining at the shoulder area. So we have 7.5 right there. So I'll go right there and straighten it up like so. So we have 7 inches for the back, sorry, for the front, while 1 inch for the back. So what next I will do is to connect from our shoulder slope to the neckline like so. So now for our armhole measurements, from that shoulder slope came down 8 inches, and also I'm going to trace it like so. So here at the armhole area, for the front armhole, I'll come up 1 inch at this point, I'll curve it like so. I'll first of all cut the back, after which I'll work on the front neckline. Sorry, the front armhole. So also at the neckline area, I'll cut the back first, and also later I'll work on the front neckline. So remember, for our front neckline, we say it's a V shape, a slant V, not a curvy V. So I'm going to slant it like so. Yes. So what we are going to do next is to mark down our vertical measurement, like I said. So the waist length is 17 inches. Mark down 17 inches. So right now the hip is 9 inches from the waist length. We'll measure 9 inches here. That's for the width, while the rest will serve to the hem of the gown. So what I will do now is to straighten it up like so. Go ahead and straighten it up like so. So now for our vertical measurement, we have marked, this is our chest line, the armhole area is our chest line. We have the waist and we have the hip. So coming down to horizontal measurement, the bust circumference of my client is 46 inches. 46 divided by 4, we have 11 and a half. I'll go right there and mark 11 and a half like so. So I'll add extra 2 inches. Extra 2 inches. It's not really a free gown. Yes. So this extra 2 inches is for our seam allowance. So coming down to the waist is 45 into 4, 11 1/4. I'll mark 11 1/4 like so. So this is for the waist. I'll also add extra 2 inches. So I'll connect it like so from the waist to the bust. So also for the hip is 13 and a half. I'll mark 13 and a half for the hip, and also 2 extra inches for the seam allowance. So I'll connect it like so, bust to the that's that for our hip. So what I will do now, remember I said earlier it's going to have a slit at the lower hem. So I'm going to connect it all the way from the hip straight down to allow for easy movement. You can, at this point, you can decide to come down at the lower hem. You can come in. If you should measure the actual measurement on the hip, the actual measurement of my hip here is 16 inches. I can decide to come down here at the lower hem 15, 14, depends on how pencil you want it to be. But because it's a kaftan and I don't really want it to be too curvy at the lower hem, so what I'll do now is I'll mark down from the hip measurement all the way down. I'm not going to deduct any measurement on that hip circumference measurement. So I'm going to come down all the way down to the hem of the gown. So here is our drafting of the gown. So right now I'm going to cut the back, the neckline, and also the armhole. Remember we left 1.5 inches for the zip. So now I'm going to cut. So right now I've cut out the measurements of cut it out. So what I'm going to do now is to remove the back. Here we have the back. So I'll go ahead and notch it at this point. I'll give it a notch. Then now slit it. Because remember I said it's going to have a zip. So slit it like so. So now we have, this is our back bodies. So at this point, if you want to add yours lining, you can go ahead and add, cut out the exact lining, just like the fabric. So, but for this tutorial, I'm not going to add lining to mine. I'll just have to stitch it that way. So now we have the front bodies. I'm going to cut out the front bodies like so. Here is our V. Then coming down to our armhole. So at the armhole, I will take the midpoint. Remember we came down 8 inches, so the midpoint is 4 inches. So at this point, I'll come in just half inch. So I will trace it all the way up, like so, all the way up. It will not be at the tip of the shoulder, but at this point all the way up. And also I'll curve it like so. I'll curve it like so to meet the half inch. So I'm going to cut it. This is to allow easy movement at the armhole, while swinging your arm, it can move, so you can move easily. So the front armhole is always deeper. So I'll go right there. I'll also notch the hip. And also the hip at this point. I'll also give it a notch. So that's all for the cutting of our gown. So right now what I will do next is to stitch. So for the stitching, I'll go right out and cut. I'm going to cut our facing. I'm going to use facing to turn it, both the front and the back bodies. So for our facing, I went ahead and placed our fabric like so, folded it into two. So now I also went ahead and placed our back bodies. So I'm going to trace it like so. I'm going to trace it. This is the neckline. And also coming down for the length of the back facing, I'll come down 4.5 inches. Half inch could be for joining. 4.5 inches. So I'm going to trace it. And also at the width area, starting from the neckline, the same measurement, I'll come in 4.5 inches. So all the way from the length, I'll connect it to the, all the way from the length, I'll connect it to the width, like so. So at this point, I'm going to cut it. So right here, so like so, and also the shoulder area. I'm going to cut off the shoulder area. So like so we have our facing. This is for the back, the two slitted back circumference. So I'm going to just close it this way, and now fold it in twice and stitch, or I can as well stitch on it first before folding in. I'll go right there and stitch on it, fold it twice, stitch on it all around, after which I'll place it at the neckline area and stitch. If you don't want to stitch or fold it at the hem area of your bias, you can as well use hemming gum to gum it all around and iron it out right there on it. So that's that for our back facing. So now for the front, I'm going to fold it like so. So I'll fold it like so. I'll go right there and place our the front bodies. I'll fold it into two. So I'll place the front bodies like so. Taking note of the folded edge, the two folded edge for both the folded fabric and that of the front bodies must tally. It must tally at this point. So what I'm going to do now is to cut it. So I'll cut it like so. And also, so coming down at this point, at the width area, this point, so I also take the same measurement I took for the back bodies. So for this, I will take 4.5 inches like so, and also at this tip, starting from the neckline down, I'll also take 4.5 inches. So what I'll do now is to connect it all the way to this point. You can make use of your curvy ruler. So I'm going to curve it with my pattern master just this way. So see what I mean? So I'm going to cut it like so. So here is the facing for the front bodies. So it's going to be placed this way. So right side facing each other. Right side, first of all, I'll go right there and, this is the front, this is the back. I will shock on the back bodies, on the back or the wrong side. So now, this is the right side. I'm going to fold it all the way around. Close it and fold it all the way around. After that, I'll place it like so on the neckline. Then I'll stitch on it like so. And now flip it to the right side. So I'm going to do this. After that, After stitching on both the front facing, after stitching on the front facing and also on the back facing, so what I will do next is to close in like so, the right side facing each other, right side facing each other, right side facing each other. This one will be on this side, while the other slitted back will be on the other side. So I'll close it on the shoulder, on the two shoulders. Then I'll now close up the zip allowance. After that, I will stitch. I'll take the measurement, the actual measurement of my client. I'll take the actual measurement of my client and stitch on the side. So right now, I'll fix the facing. See it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to notch it all around, all around. Then at this point, that is the edge of our V shape. You're going to notch it like so that it can relax well while top stitching. During top stitching, it can relax well at the neck area. And also, why not? You have to be very careful not to cut through the main fabric. And also, this is the back. Then we have the back. I'm going to notch it as well. So now what I'm going to do now is to, and I've also gone ahead to, to fold in the edges. So on the front facing, I did the same on the front face. So what I'm going to do now is to top stitch. I'm going to turn it this way, while this edge will fold to the other side, not on the main fabric. Then I'll fold it this way. I'm going to top stitch just on top of it, like so. Please take note of this edge. Let it fold towards the facing area, not on the main fabric. I'm going to top stitch like so. I'll do the same on the second slitted back bodice. So also on the main body, as in the front bodice, I'm going to fold it like so. The folded edge facing directly towards the facing, then I'll top stitch like so. So I'm going to do this, I'm sure. Now it has been top stitched. See how it is, so smooth. So after this, what I'm going to do next is to turn it to this way, right side facing each other. After doing it this way, after top stitching, you can tag it. I'll go right out and tag it all around. I'll tag it. So after the tagging, so I'll turn it right side facing each other. And also at this point, I'll turn it right side as well. Right side as well. Then close it. So remember we marked 1.5 inches for the zip allowance. I'll just close it all down. After closing it all down, then I'm going to place it right side facing each other. Right side facing each other, and close it at the shoulders. Then after that, what next I'm going to do is to mark in the actual body measurement on both sides. So right now I've gone ahead, I've tacked it like so. Also the back bodies, and I've also joined the sides. Then for the back, I've also stitched it right there on the 1.5 inches zip allowance. I'll close it like so up to the end side. So I'm going to turn it now. So I've also gone ahead and close it by the side using the actual body circumference. Using the actual body measurement, I close the hip, the waist, and the hip area, the bust circumference, the waist, and the hip area. So what I will do now is to flip it to the wrong side and now insert the pocket length. I'm going to put the pocket. Now I've gone ahead and turn it to the wrong side. Now for the pocket, from the shoulder measurement, I'll come down. I'll do that 20 inches because my client is tall. Yes. So I'll do that 20 inches. It could be 19 inches, 20, 21, depending on where exactly you want it to be. So I'll do that 20 inches on both sides. I'll mark 20 inches like so. So from these 20 inches here, marked down, I'll come down 7 inches. That's the pocket length. Pocket length 7 inches. So at that point, I also do same on the other side. From the 20 inches marked, I'll come down 7 inches. That's the pocket length. I'll give it a notch at that point for me to know where to stop. I'll also give it a notch at this point. So that's that for our pocket. And also I've gone ahead and cut the pocket like so. Here we have pocket of length 12 inches. It could be 13 inches, 14, depending on how length you want it. For this is 12 inches in length, while we have 8 inches. I'll use half inch to close it all round at this side. I'll close it in with just half inch all round, then fix it. And I'll also go ahead and give it a notch at the tip. So I'll give it a notch like this at the tip. So that's that for our pocket. I'm going to close it like this all round. And I'll stitch it on both sides of the gown. So also for our slit, remember I said earlier that our gown is going to have a slit by the side. So now for the slit. So from the hem of this is the end part of the gown. I will come up, starting from the end point, I'll come up 21 inches. I'll come up to, let me say, 20 inches, starting from the hem. Come up 20 inches. I also do the same on the other side. 20 inches as well. So like so. So I'll also notch it at that point to know where to start joining. I'll also notch it at this point. So like so. So this will be our slit. So what I'll do now, I've closed it already. So I'm going to complete it and stop at the 20 inches we marked for the slit, while the rest will be open. So I'll do this and show us how it looks. So now I've closed the sides and also I've gone ahead and fixed the pocket. See the pocket, the two sides of the pocket. I've gone ahead and fixed the pocket like so. And also at the lower hem, like I told us before, I've gone ahead and also close it like so. I folded it in the two slitted sides. I also did the same on the other side and closed in, folded in the lower part. I hemmed the lower part like so. So now we are almost done. So we are left with the sleeve. So for the sleeve of the gown, what I'm going to do now is to measure out the round sleeve, the armhole round sleeve measurement. And what I got here, I have 11 inches all round. I have 11 inches for the two sides. So I'm going to use this to cut the sleeve. And right now, our sleeve is folded into 4. That means I'll be cutting the two sleeves at the same time. At the same time. So what I'll do now, I went ahead and folded in the first folding. I'll go out to fold the second one. So that means we are cutting 2 sleeves. So what we have here is 4 folds. 4 folds. Like so. 3, 4. So now let me confirm the round sleeve circumference. What we have here is 11 plus 1 inch for joining. So right now, I'll create our starting point, our starting line, which is this point. This will serve as our starting line. So from our starting line, I came down 4 inches for our cap's height. 4 inches for, I came down 4 inches for our cap's height. So on this point, I'm going to take I'll take the half of the armhole circumference, which is 11 inches. So I'll measure out 11 inches like so. So I went ahead and shot it down. So what I'll do now is to create our armhole sleeve. So our armhole shape is in this form. Just like S shape. So this will be serve as our armhole sleeve shape. So all the way from our starting line, the full length of the sleeve is 9 inches. So I will add extra 2 inches. Half inch is for folding or for joining to the sleeve, or to the armhole rather. Half inch will serve as for joining to the armhole, while 1.5 inches will be for folding at the lower hem of the sleeve. So right now what we have here is, I said the full length is 9 inches. So what we have here is 11 inches. Guys, I went ahead and added 2 extra inches. So at that point, we'll mark 11. So to confirm our round sleeve circumference, just like so, we trace it. So what we have here is 11 inches. I'll add extra 1 inch for seam allowance. So at this point, I'm going to calculate half of our round sleeve measurement at the lower hem. So the round sleeve measurement of my client 17, dividing into 2, we have 8.5. So I'm going to mark 8.5 inches like so. Then I'll add extra 1 inch for seam allowance. So what I will do now is to trace it all the way from this point, from the round sleeve measurement to the lower hem. So it has been traced like so. So what I will do now is to cut it out. armhole sleeve, armhole cuff. So here is our sleeve. So we have the first sleeve and the second sleeve. So what I will do next is to close it here using the actual seam allowance we mapped out, which is 1 inch. So I'm going to close it here with 1 inch and also do the same on the other side. I'll do this and fix it to the gown. I'll do this right now and fix it to the gown like so, to be in this form. I'll do this and fix it to the gown. I'll fold in the lower. But first of all, what I will do now is to fold in our sleeve like so, 1/2 inch and 1 inch for folding. I'll stitch it all the way to the other side like so. Then after that, I will now close in the side using 1 inch. Then I will now fix it to the sleeve like so. So I'll do this and also fix her zip. Yes. So thank you so much for watching, guys. It's been a wonderful time with you guys. If this story has been so helpful to you so far, please just hit on that subscribe button, okay? Like and share my videos, Also place a comment. I'll be there to answer you anytime. And beside the subscribe button, just hit on that notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a new video. So thank you so much. Please visit our Facebook page. That is Tekula at Tekula Onye. There we showcase our work, our different types or different styles, Ankara and also lace fabric. And also visit our Instagram page, Infinities at Infinities Gallery. So thank you so much, guys. Till we meet in our next tutorial. Bye. Also visit our Facebook page at Tekula Onye. There we showcase different styles of Ankara, even lace fabric. Yes, and also Instagram page at Infinities Gallery. Likewise TikTok at Infinities Gallery as well. Yes, just click on subscribe buttons, okay, and also give us a follow. So thank you so much. It's bye for now. See you in my next tutorial. Bye.